The Chicago Hood War. The Chicago War that left 50 people checked. Killer War versus G-Ville, man. Chicago, y'all, we finna react to it, man. Let's get it, man.
Killerwood is a GD area in Chicago located on 75th to 81st Street, Horn Street to Ashland. And in this area, they had one of the biggest wars between 2007 and 2012, which two gangs.
Killer War was really busting, and King Von is originally from Killer War. I think he grew up over there and then moved to O Block eventually, but he from Killer War originally. Killer War is get the cracking over there, folks. They don't call it Killer War for no reason. Do you hear what I'm telling you? It's Killer War. That whole area, boy, it's really like the whole Chicago, but
side Killer War that was cool with each other
started
beefing and killing each other. Then YK 078 would start beefing hard with G-Ville, which we'll be going over this whole crazy war in this video. Let's start with this. Three sets make up Killer War.
He walked up and smoked them.
078 and 079 YKN, 079/078 New Money, and 075 J-Lo World. And the GDs in this area have been around since the late 60s, but weren't united until the 90s. 80th New Money was called Maniac City back then, while 78th was called Pound Town. These two sets clicked up in 1994, right after a member from 80th named Kill Will was murdered, and it was allegedly after Kill Will murdered 5 Terror Dome members during that same year. This guy was allegedly just like King Von, and he was a well-loved member that put in work around that area. Some say that he was killed from a shorty from Terror Dome in retaliation, while some say he was backdoored by his fellow 80th members. But after his death in the 90s, 78th and 80th both clicked up and formed Killer Ward in his honor.
Fishing, I be fishing.
These two sets will remain close to each other until they will fall out, which we'll get to later in this video. G-Ville was a set of Gangsta Disciples too.
Yeah, put them on camera, dog. Yeah, camera roll.
Fuck 80th, bitch. Boss, that slow.
Yeah, camera roll.
All that other shit, boy, I don't even know, boy. All that other shit, boy. We on Bishop, boy. Getting it in 2-5 all day. Big chopper, boy. We out here.
What that is, like 83rd and Bishop?
Insane, Bishop, boy. Somebody gonna get it over square.
Hey, where y'all going?
Fuck the fight. Nigga, we die fight crazy, nigga. Fuck Killer War, nigga. G-Ville crazy, nigga. Bishop boys raise us, nigga.
No fucking struggle, no fucking bitch. I ain't gonna lie, Chicago. Let me tell y'all real. If you've never been to Chicago, bro, don't get off on no exits. Stay downtown. Stay on the north side, Wrigleyville, over there by the Cubs Stadium. You feel me? Stay up there, gang, on bro. Cause if you get off on any of them exits, boy, I'm telling you, you could be downtown. The hood is 10 minutes away. Do you hear what I'm telling you? The whole Chicago busing. It's not like one side or 2 blocks or 3 blocks. No, every block is busing, and every block got their own war going on. Like literally, gang. It might be the same gang for like 3 blocks, maybe. When you get 4 blocks over, 1 more block, gang, it's a whole nother gang, a whole nother war, some whole other shit going on, gang. Like.
Nate will lose their first member on October 20th, 2007. It all happened at around 11:36 a.m. when Dorico Jackson, aka Rico from the YKN 078 set, was in the 7700 block of South Polani Street when he was struck by multiple gunshots and died a well-loved YKN 078 member. Then February 27th, 2008, a New Money 080 member would die, which New Money was in the Killer Ward Alliance before this murder, and then they would fall out.
Hold on, y'all, because y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. CashKick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest and easiest ways to make money right now. All you have to do is play mobile games on your phone and you can earn up to $500 per deal. Now remember, I said CashKick.com is free to use, so they will never ever ask you to send them any type of money. Signing up is super easy. All you need is an email and a password. Once you sign up, all you have to do is download your first offer and start making money. Now your offers and reward amounts can change at any time. So that means you can download a game on your phone, Play it for long enough, make $500 on one day, and the next day you can download a whole nother game, play it for long enough, make $300. Next day, same thing. This is some of the easiest money I can tell you about right now. And again, you can earn up to $500 per deal. So this is what I need you to do. Go to cashkick.com, make you an account, activate your account. Make sure you turn on allow tracking on your phone so that the app can actually track how much you're playing the game and earn you some of the easiest money you can make. Y'all can't say I ain't never did nothing for you. Skate.
Martise Glass, aka Tease from the New Money set, was in the entrance of a convenience store in the 8000 block of South Ashland Avenue right around 3 p.m. when allegedly some YKN-078 members robbed and killed him. And this is what broke the alliance between New Money and YKN. He was taken to Advocate Christ Medical Center where he died from his injuries. Then February 2nd, 2010, 2 years later, Eric Steffens Jr., aka E. Frank from the New Money / Evan Mob set, was in the 8300 block of South Hermitage Avenue when 22-year-old Quincy Getter allegedly fired 5 to 6 shots from a handgun when E. Frank was getting into his mother's car with a friend. He was hit in the chest and the thigh and would die from his injuries at the age of 19. His 38-year-old friend was sitting in the back seat and survived. 22-year-old Quincy was arrested for the murder. Then July 21st, 2010, another New Money 80th member would die, and allegedly YKN had something to do with these murders. It happened around 11:40. Kevin Banks, aka Ugly Man from the New Money set, was in the 8100 block.
His name was Ugly Man.
Kevin Banks.
That was a good name for bro. Rest in peace to Kevin, but he was ugly, folks. He was ugly, folks. They called him Ugly Man. For the grade, they tried to be funny and shit, folks. He was ugly.
Ugly Man from the New Money set
like Uncle
was
Ruckus.
in the 8100 block of South Winchester Avenue with another man who was also shot when he was found unresponsive at the scene with gunshot wounds to the head. He would be pronounced dead at the scene. July 24th, 2010, another New Money member would die. Keith King, aka PK, was found just before 2 a.m. in the 8700 block of South Emerald Avenue with gunshot wounds to his head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Then less than a year later, Larry Gore, aka LY from the YKN-078 set, was shot at 79th Street and Loomis Boulevard. He was pronounced dead at the scene at the age of 21. This was a well-loved YKN-078 member, and allegedly G-Ville was responsible for this murder. But then on July 3rd, 2011, this is when the war would ramp up a little bit because Ricardo Hall.
2011 was when it was cracking, and Killer War was definitely like one of the main wars before like O Block, Wick City, and 63rd. Before that, like Killer War was one of the big wars going on before like Chief Keef really blew up. Chief Keef is what made the city like divide when it came to like BDs and GDs. But it was always its own wars going on, gang, on bro. And Killer War was like one of the main wars that you heard about around that time. This is when I'm young. This is when I'm probably 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? I went to 7th grade, 2010, 2011, I think. 2011 on bro. So 2011, I was in 7th grade. So this around the time where I'm just learning about, you know, gang banging and what blocks into it with who, and you feel me, going to school in Inglewood, all that shit.
AKA Ricky from the New Money set was shot in the chest near the intersection of 64th Street.
That's this crazy part.
And Walcott.
And this is close to where my school was, so I went to Lindblom. I think Lindblom on 65th and Walcott or something. Like this, not right down the street from my
He was
old
taken to
school.
Mount Sinai Hospital where he was pronounced dead at 7:36 p.m. This would mark to the 5th death for New Money compared to the only 2 deaths for YKN. But then only 15 days later, on July 17th, 2011, police said that they were responding to a call of shots fired when they encountered a crowd of people and 2 men fighting. One of them was identified as Nico Husband, aka Freako/Nico from the YKN-078 set. He began to struggle with officers as they tried to intervene. Police said that Freako/Nico then pointed a weapon at him that resulted in the police shooting him multiple times. He was only 19 years of age of his death. Then less than a month later, on August 14th, 2011, Darius Jones from the New Money set was in the 8100 block of South Winchester when gunshots were fired, and Darius was struck multiple times at the age of 20. Jones was a graduate of Bogan High School, and witnesses say that Jones knew who shot him, and apparently he gave that person's name to the police before he died. But then a murder would happen of a G-ville member that YKN allegedly was responsible for. It was February 29th, 2012. Quentin Davis, aka Gucci, from the G-ville / CTG 079 set, was shot to death in the 7900 block of South Loomis. A man walked up.
Croc Center be busting too. The Croc Center, for everybody that don't know, I think it's in the hundreds if I ain't tripping. Damn near like the suburbs almost, but the Croc Center is cracking. Like the Croc Center is where, like, you know, you'll see a lot of hoopers up there, but it's cracking at the same time. Like you will get your ass split over there. I think it's on what, 100, right off 11-9. So this probably 120 or 119th Street.
7900 block of South Loomis. A man walked up on him and shot him once in the head at about 12:30 p.m. The attacker then fled north in a nearby alley. Then allegedly they would take out another G-ville member. A month later, on March 29th, 2012, Sean Del Harris, aka Dello, from G-ville, was killed in a shooting that left 4 others in critical condition. In the 1400 block of 79th Street, 2 men ran inside the Bishop Golden store and opened fire before running out and getting into a silver SUV. Dello was only 22 years of age of his death. Damn. Then it was July 19, 2012. Jamor Saski, aka J-Lo / BKJ, from the Killer Ward 075 set, who was allegedly an innocent guy who just was close with some YKN members.
Is that him throwing with the gun in the back? No, that ain't him.
Who was allegedly,
but he throwing up sets though. He throwing up some though. That's how a lot of people get caught up, gang, because you know you don't really control where you from. You know what I'm saying? You don't control where your mama raised you and shit like that. You feel me? But you do control the gang signs you put up, the pictures you take. You know what I'm saying? Lush like that, folks. So even if the ops hear you one time just dissing somebody, that put an extra target on your back. But honestly, even if you don't do nothing, they gonna push you in the corner where you either gonna have to die or you gonna have to do something, gang. And if you do something, now you got a real big target on your back. So it's really like no winning for real. And it's really like set up for you to fail on, bro. Like no matter if you just happen to be from a certain hood. But that's why I feel like a lot of this should be the parents' fault. You can't blame nobody else. Like it's no reason why you know what's going on over here. You probably, most of these parents grew up over here. Like, you know, you got homies that died over here. So you gonna raise your son in the same spot? You ain't gonna go do nothing else. You ain't gonna go save up no money, work no extra job, do some Uber Eats on the side, nigga. Sell squares on, bro, something, t-shirts. You feel me? Like, you ain't gonna do nothing to get your kid from out the hood? The hood, fool? I ain't saying you gotta live lavish, fool, but it's nice. It's not nice, but it's low income areas in white neighborhoods. It's lower income neighborhoods in the suburbs where people don't die as much. You feel me? And I feel like I don't know. It'd be the parents' fault, gang. That's all I'm trying to say, folks.
KJ from the Killer Ward 075 set, who was allegedly an innocent guy who just was close with some YKN members. He had been shot listening to music with 2 friends in the 7500 block of South Paulina Street. He was pronounced dead only 2 hours later. August 28th, 2012, Brian Naylor, aka BK from the YKN 078 set, who was apparently a famous member from this set. He was in the 7800 block of South Marshfield Avenue when he was shot multiple times at just about 10 p.m. He died at only the age of 31, and apparently G-ville was responsible for these last 2 murders. So only the next day, on August 29th, 2012, Jabari Minter, aka Bari from the G-ville set, was killed less than 2 blocks away from his home in the 8000 block of South Justine Street. He was only 24 years of age and was shot multiple times. And allegedly, YKN 078 was responsible for this murder. Nowadays, allegedly there isn't much love amongst the former Killer Ward sets. And 78th murdered Swervo from New Money in 2020, which sparked a war all over again. He was killed on February 14th, 2020 at around 3:40 p.m.
They sparked the whole war back
of
in
South
action.
Paulina Street. However, their most known beef these days are with Terradome, which we'll save that for another video.
I think King Von was on Killer Ward in this video he's showing. I'm pretty sure this Killer Ward that King Von was on right here.
that's been going on since the 70s. But that'll be about it for this video. Make sure you like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what y'all want to see next. And as always, stay blessed, stay well. Yeah, I'm out.